iFly in Lone Tree, Colorado. This is Colorado's actually only indoor skydiving facility. Jay, have you done something like this before?
Nothing like it. Never jumped out of a plane, never done it indoor. I actually hear this is harder.
You hear it's harder. I've jumped out of an airplane twice, believe it or not, but never done anything like this. So we're here today to let you guys know exactly how this all works. Let's go check it out.
I'm ready.
Okay, high five. And it goes a little something like this. After you've arrived and filled out a waiver, you'll be taken to a classroom for a safety briefing where you'll learn all the hand signals you'll need to communicate with your instructor on your flight.
It's pretty hard to chat face to face when the wind's blowing by at 100 miles an hour.
Once you're briefed, it's time to gear up and head to the tunnel to fly.
Now, this is something that people weren't really meant to do. Birds were meant to fly, people weren't really meant to fly.
Jay and I had an absolutely amazing time, but it did take some getting used to.
At first, it's such a weird feeling, right? You're kind of just floating and you don't really know how. You think of the cues, keep your body straight, your knees bent.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like I had no control in some moments and then absolute control in others, and then it would be gone or flash.
It's a very freeing experience. People come in, they are oftentimes worried about kind of being in the tunnel and everybody watching them, but once you actually get in and start flying around, everything just kind of goes away.
After we had a couple rounds under our belt, we put on the VR helmets. It was an exhilarating and immersive experience, taking us for a wild ride as a wingsuit skydiver.
I can't believe that people do that for real. So
Yeah.
to experience it in virtual reality, I think is a lot safer and probably the only way that I'll do that ever. So
Yeah,
that was great.
I think the next step is I have to go jump out of a plane, see how that goes, come back, compare.
So how does this wind-filled wonder work?
There are basically 3 distinct columns. The center one is obviously our tunnel here. The outer columns are just going to be their giant open air columns. The fans, contrary to popular belief, are actually in the top of the building. There's 4 of them total. There's 2 in each corner of the building. It pulls the air up, pushes it down into the basement, where there's really nothing in the basement. It's basically the entire footprint of this building. And then it pushes it back up into the center of the tunnel here and recompresses it into what's known as the inlet contractor. By pulling and pushing the air, we're actually creating the Venturi effect. So that's where we can get really high wind speeds inside the tunnel.
Flying at iFly was so much fun. Jay and I definitely recommend anyone and everyone to try this, and we can't wait to come back.
And rather than just coming in and doing a bucket list item, we want to get people excited to come back and really start learning how to fly.
Catch some air at iFly. We think this mile-high must will blow you away.
This is something that everybody should experience at least once in their life.
For more mile-high musts, visit 5280.com, thedenverchannel.com, or download our Denver 7 app to your streaming device. I'm Katie LaSalle.